What's going on, you guys? This is From Nothing to Something Else. I'm your host, Josh, and today I got my brother, TJ, Tarray Jackson. Put your government out there, aka DTK. Y'all heard of Bob Ross? This is Ja Ross. Ja Man. What's up, man?
Oh man, you are Jaras. Oh
I've been
man,
working on that all week.
that's original. I've never heard that one before. I heard of Bob Rasta, but Jaras. Yeah,
Well, trees.
original. You say what? Oh man, tree.
Okay.
You,
Anyway, let's move on, man.
yeah.
But what's up, man?
Not much, man. Not much. Just another day above ground. Another day in the studio making art. I
Love
don't
it, man.
stop.
Don't stop, won't stop, and do it. Literally, the show's From Nothing to Something Else. Me and TJ met in high school, man. What grade was that? What grade did you become?
What's that like? What 11th grade?
Yeah, 11th grade, man.
Yeah.
So, man, back in the day, one of my
When
brothers,
I was
man,
in Kobe.
fresh off you notes, man, and we had some good times, man, teaching you the ropes and just learning a lot from you as well, man, and seeing you grow and becoming an artist or being an artist, man. And you just had an art show in Monterey, and that looked like it was packed and filled house. So, man, you come a long way, my brother.
I mean, it's a blessing because personally, I wouldn't imagine be like where I am today or doing what I am doing, but at the same time, part of me kind of knew I would be doing something art involved because I always had a sketchbook. I don't know if you remember, even when we were in high school, I always had one. Just
Yeah,
like
no,
random.
yeah, you had random sketches in your
Like
binders. I remember
even
specifically.
binder or like anything like that.
I fresh off the boat, coming out here your junior year. How was that experience coming to Chico, California?
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not even gonna lie. It was a culture shock. It took me off all kinds of guard because like, I'm not saying I didn't like see a lot coming from like Jamaica because I been from a island. There's a lot of tourists coming through, but to
Yeah,
the extent of where my eyes were like open was on a different level. I mean, and
yeah,
I'm not like I'm homophobic or anything, but that was the first time I ever seen like two men like openly making out, and I was just like,
that's
okay,
crazy.
all right, I
That's
definitely
crazy.
this is different. This is America, because in Jamaica you'll never see that. I wouldn't see that publicly. So I was just like, okay,
Okay, I'm here. No, man, I'm in Jamaica. I don't know what it's like after I've never been there. But it's not
it's very
Chico, and
very
and
turning.
but not only you had, I guess, that aspect, but was it different being black in Chico as Jamaican?
So the way I could describe it to you is just like, okay, like the weird foreign kid, and also feel like everybody kind of look at you like a pink poodle, in the words of like Malcolm X. They're like,
Yeah,
okay, they're like, who are you? Like, what are you? Like, I feel like people were like either fascinated, like intrigued, slash like put off, or like, bro, we don't know what you just said. Like, can you repeat? And I'm like,
yeah. No, that
yeah,
got me annoying. I like I said, nothing. I didn't have an accent or anything like that. Um, but I had to go through speech therapy when I was growing up. What I mean, all the way up until like fourth grade, fifth grade. I had to take speech therapy. I had to learn how to say every alphabet in the every letter in the alphabet. You know what I mean? And people would say rooster. You know what I mean? Like and you know what I
yeah.
mean? And
Don't
like I
even
can't
get me
understand what you're
started
saying.
with words.
Yeah,
Don't even
yeah.
get me
Then that's
started with
yeah, yeah.
words.
And then so that's the mumble thing and all that stuff. But I understand how frustrating that was. Just what I mean? But I always tell you, the natural soda, man, the tree. I love it. I said, don't
Yeah,
you?
see,
I told
like
you
that.
today. We had a conversation today. I said, don't you ever say three properly. Say it how you say it, man. Be you. Be authentic, baby. I love it. I made fun of you then. I still will, but I'm just fine. I mean, I'm part of the masses. See, this is what we're trying to stop right now. Stop making fun of people.
You
I can't
stop
help
making
it.
fun of people.
I'm
You stop
trying.
making fun of people.
I'm
Oh,
trying to
okay.
grow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grow.
Yeah. What are you growing?
I don't know. Growing in my stomach, growing in this gut, baby. That's what I'm growing, man. So we played football together. We did music together.
Run track.
We ran track together, man. We ran in life together, like the same thing, like I said with Dwight, man. But one thing that you've done and started doing was painting. I remember, man, in the alleyway when you lived in that apartment. That's when I noticed that you started painting. But when did you actually? Like, I know you had a sketch pad, but when you actually start painting, putting it to a canvas, sir?
You know what's crazy? You hit the nail on the head. In the alley was when I started painting.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I've drawn a lot before, but up until that point, I never painted anything, and that was when I started painting. Actually, this interesting story. Like, girlfriend I had at the time saw my sketchbook, and she's like, "Hold on, you have a lot of detailed sketches, like detailed drawings. Have you ever painted anything?" And I'm like, "No, I have not. Like
Yeah.
watercolor, acrylic, oil," and I'm like, "No, none of those. I just work with pencil, color pencil, and like
Yeah.
pens." Like, and got a canvas, a 16 by 20 canvas for Christmas, and some Liquitex paint, and a few of her paintbrushes, and the rest was history. Started as a hobby, and eventually turned to like a major switch and a career choice, and just like full time, to where I consider how much I paint. Like, I know don't, for people that religious, don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like it's my religion, or it's therapeutic in a sense.
No, therapeutic, and I'm glad that you went there, man. Because for me, same way I found my passion in my art, which is photography, film, and stuff like that. Later on, much later, much later on in my life than you did. But it is therapeutic. It is a way. I mean, music. You know, we both do music. That's therapeutic. So when did you figure out that your passion could become a business? Like, how did you figure out not only your worth for yourself, but also how to price art?
So this is going to be like a bittersweet story, or a flashback, if you can say so. But I remember it was sometime in 2011, right? I had probably my last like $70 in my account,
Yeah.
and my friend Luis and my friend George were with me, and then I was like, "Yeah, man, I could get some food, get this, get my clothes," and I'm like, "No, I'm gonna spend the last of what I have on art supply, knowing that I may not see this money back right away, but I know I'll see it back eventually." And
Yeah.
at that time, I didn't even think about seeing it back. I didn't care about it.
Yeah.
I said I would spend my last dollar and then my last dollar. And I said to I think George at the time, because he was like, "Wow, that's incredible." I'm like, "I'll spend your last dollar on it." That's how passionate I am about it. And he
Yeah,
looked at me and said, "Okay, all right, you believe."
I believe
That's,
you.
yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's how passionate I am about it. Like, to where I even made a joke to my better half, saying, I'm like, "Look, if I was on desperate times, like if it was real desperate, people like go rob banks and rob whatnot.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I'd probably like hit an art store, and I don't want their money. They can keep that shit. Just give me some art supply, please."
Give some art supplies. Let me do what I
Yeah,
do.
I'm not gonna freaking hurt nobody. I just because
I just want to paint.
an artist, when the artist will get why I said what I just said, because they know that art supply ain't cheap.
It's not, sir. It's not, and it's
It's
worth
not.
every penny.
It's not cheap.
No, definitely. And
So
did you have a hard time switching over to business and selling art?
the biggest, like, I would say, getting off the ground experience you have, or adversity that you have to overcome as an artist or as a freelancer or just as a creative person. No matter if you're a painter or not, what is art? Art is in everything.
Yeah.
Everything is an art
Mhm.
form. So, with that said, it is your friends, your family. Oh man, are the toughest on you. They're like, oh man, you think you're gonna make some money off of that? Oh man, you ain't gonna make jack off of that. You ain't gonna sell none of these. And the people that said that to me at the time, or even said that to you, or said that to any creative person when they're trying to get it
Yeah.
going at the time. If you didn't quit and use that as motivation to get better,
Yeah.
yeah, you are in the right field, because that's what I did. I was just like,
Hell
oh,
yeah. Oh,
I'm not
what?
gonna sell any of these.
Okay. Watch me.
Watch me.
Nah.
And you see, when I started picking up steam, I started becoming a Rolling Stone and not gathering no mass. Those people wanted, hey, can I get hook up? I'm like, no mass. You
Nah.
pay full price
Nah,
Friday.
son. Hey, I
Full
live for
price
those
Friday.
moments.
And I
Hey,
hit them
look.
with the, you remember when you said I was gonna make nothing off of this?
Yeah, you remember
Oh
when? Hit him with that. You remember when? You remember when you said this? You remember when you
yes.
said I wasn't gonna make it? Remember that time when I
Yes.
asked you to hook it up and we could do something for my portfolio and you could get and you didn't believe? Okay, yeah. No, I feel it, man. And people say, because I see other photographers, and you got to be competitive. You
Yes.
gotta have reasons to keep going, man. And that's one of the
Yes.
things, man. Haters gonna hate, and like you said, it's always gonna be people close to you. And unfortunately, as an artist and as anyone trying to come up, you always haters are gonna be in the way. Haters gonna hate.
Yes. But if
Uh,
you don't use that as motivation, then you're not passionate about what you say you're passionate about.
that part and that part right there, man. Because another thing I also say, haters gonna hate, but you gotta be strong within yourself. You gotta be comfortable in your skin and understand your journey and that, hey man, they're gonna do what they do, but I'll also need to stay in my lane and continue to go forward. How do you stay in the zone? How do you not let the haters affect you? How do you also not let your own self get caught up in the social media or having close people hate on you? How do you overcome all that?
All right. So personally, it would be like what, a three-part question, right? A
Yeah.
three-part answer to me personally. When people are hating on me, before I get caught up in the whole hype of being just pissed off or feeding into that, I said, you know what? I must be doing something important if they're talking about me. Because if I was doing bad, they would say one thing and then that'll be it. But if I
Yeah.
am the topic of discussion, I must
Yes,
be doing
sir.
something correct. I must
Yes,
be doing
sir.
something right. So I'm
I
gonna
like them
continue to
talking.
do this. If I didn't piss you off, there's a saying, just give me a second, I'll get to you.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do, I try to work so hard to where it's not I'm trying to work hard, I have fun while I'm doing it. Because
Yeah.
I remember this basic thing. And it's basic and it's very important at the same time. I say to myself, you're doing something that you love, right? I'm like, yes, you are. Something that you genuinely and truly love. You don't make a red cent off of it. I'm like, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So why you complaining? Just continue doing it and do it with a smile on your face because you're doing something that you love. How many
Yeah.
people get to do what they love every day? Some people get to
Very
go
few.
to or do a 9 to 5, right? And
Yeah.
hate their boss, hate their coworkers, hate everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just hate.
Been there. Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah. And then as far as motivation goes to stay in the zone, when you're working for yourself, art is kind of it's like it's an individual like sport. right?
Yeah.
So I don't like necessarily get discouraged when I see artists in terms some people say or critics would say doing like better than me or making better art, because that is subject to opinions,
Yeah.
somebody's point of view. And as long as I am better than who I was yesterday, that's all that matters.
Hey,
Competing
I love it, man.
I am competing with me. My competition, at first I used to say, I don't know what he look like. I don't know what they look like. And I was like, you know what? Then again, I do know what my competition look like. I see him, I see that person every day in the mirror. Yeah, that I gotta compete with. And I gotta be better than who I was yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's how I view success. Because a lot of people think that they're gonna have, they see somebody's Instagram page and they're doing something that looks really exciting and they get down. When you look at other people's Instagram or their social media page and you feed into what they consider fun, that is letting somebody dictate the pace of your life, making you think what they're doing is more fun than what you're doing. A lot of people is just like the freeze frame right here. For all you know, this might give us a little freaking like a wall, and then everything else is just like wide open. Some people take pictures next to cars, expensive cars. You don't know if that person just walked into a dealership with a box.
I used to give people a ride to the radio station, and this song's be flossing and riding in Benzes. Like, dude, you ain't even got a car, brother. Don't believe everything you see on social media. Don't believe the hype.
And not only that,
stay in your lane.
Do you see every time people say, oh, the grass is green on the other side? Yes, you're right. The grass is green on the other side until you get to the other side and realize that it ain't even real grass. It's AstroTurf.